great.
Oh, thank you, City.
My God.
We look
My
fabulous.
God, we look great on this lighting. How are you guys doing today? So we are live here at 11 in Miami. So tell us a little bit about 11. We want to tell our audience what 11 is all about.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on, baby. Excited to. This is my
By the way,
first live
this is the
stream.
beautiful Liza,
Thank
and
you.
I am BB. I am your host for today, and this is our guest, Liza. She is our top person here, and we are here to bring you information about what's going on in downtown Miami and all the upcoming properties. And this is one of those properties you don't want to miss. It's and Liza's going to bring us in a little bit into detail of what you can be purchasing and investing in.
Absolutely. Like I said, thank you, BB, for having me. I'm very excited. Bear with me. This is my first live stream.
Yeah, we're having cafecito.
That's
our
right. It
cafecito.
wouldn't be Miami if we didn't have cafecito. This is very true.
With almond milk, by the way. So if you come here,
So we have our own barista bar. The difference in our barista bar at 11 Hotel and Residences is we also serve cocktails, which is very 11. So if you do not know the brand, let me start by saying that 11 is an entertainment brand that was born in Miami. It is the brainchild of Mark Roberts, Michael Simpkins, Gino Lapinto, and Dennis DeGorio, all very well versed in different areas of their business. Michael Simpkins and Mark Roberts were always real estate investors. Dennis DeGorio and Gino Lapinto are actually Vegas guys who really did the programming for the performers and the major artists in Vegas at different hotels and nightclubs. So what's interesting about what's happening with us is they owned a lot of property in the Park West District. The Park West District is the true downtown of Miami, which is where the American Airlines Arena is located, where Miami World Center is located and currently under construction. That's almost 30 acres of a mixed-use property. We have 1000 Museum, which is Zaha Hadid, the late great Zaha Hadid's last building.
Yeah.
Yes, amazing, beautiful structure.
Amazing women power, because this is women power here. So
yes, I highly recommend anyone who's interested in architecture to go online and see what Zaha Hadid's buildings are about. Her architecture is bar none, very futuristic and some of the most amazing I've ever seen. So we have one of her buildings right here in downtown Miami, and to put it into perspective, that building, the starting prices are at $5 million for those units in that building. So that kind of changed the dynamic of the Park West District in and of itself.
Yeah.
Then came Miami World Center and built almost, I want to say it's 100,000 square feet of retail. That is below. You have almost 30 acres, which is the second largest in the United States, second only to Hudson Yards. In terms of mixed use, we have Brightline's first station down here. What's happening in the Park West District?
I think someone's asking here a question live. Is this near Brickell? It is. It's between Brickell and Edgewater. So what downtown really is a corridor right where Bayside is, and it's the pocket they call it Park West because it's west of the bay, right?
Yes, and actually it's west of the beautiful park on the bay. There is a huge public park on the bay that houses Perez Art Museum. And so Park West District has always been called Park West District. That's always been a park, but it was rebranded by Perez.
You see, I'm even learning more information. Thank you for educating me.
It's a phenomenal, amazing part of Miami that I think is undervalued and has been undervalued for a very long time because Brickell built much more and much faster than this area.
Yeah, Brickell is right now is another hot area here as well, but this is definitely entertainment industry, like district.
So what's unique about this downtown area? This is the direct access area to all of the major highways getting to different areas of Florida.
Yes.
So you have 395 to Miami Beach right here. You have I-95 to take you anywhere you need to go. Everything is central to this area. You can travel by water. Bayside is right up the street. It's actually across the street from one of our projects, PMG's projects, Waldorf Astoria.
Yes. Which is another amazing, beautiful, high-end. It has the actual architecture, which is being done by another amazing architect, but we're going to focus on this building because this is what this stream is about.
And I'm leading up to this. The reason I'm telling you all about this is so people understand the neighborhood, because it's so crucial to understand that once it's developed and completely, which it's been under development for the last 7 years, and we have about 3 to 4 more years for it to go for the 30 acres to be completed. With that, our developers, PMG and the owners of 11, decided to go for broke basically and just blow it out of the park. We have never in Miami had a property like this, because there really isn't zoning that is geared towards a property like this, with the exception of the 2 blocks that the entertainment district is in, which is in the Park West district. So if you know Club 11, you know that it has zonification or zoning rights for 24 hours activity.
Correct.
And
24, it's called 24/11 Life.
correct.
Right? That's the brand here, 24/11. Basically, we don't sleep. It's ongoing. There's business that's being done consistently. Someone asked here, will this brand be branching out to Vegas or in New York City?
That is the secret question everyone asks. So this is the first Vegas-style property that 11 will be building with PMG, and it will be located here in Miami, and this is the firstborn. I'll leave it at that.
I like that teaser. That means I need to keep coming back.
Yes. So we are a Vegas style property. What does that mean? That means that we've created a property that is very similar to what you would go to in Las Vegas if you were staying at the Wynn, the Bellagio, any number of the Marquis. These are properties that have, let's start with the spa. They have amazing branded spas. So what is going to be at 11? The Deepak Chopra Spa and
My
Wellness
favorite.
Center. Amazing, spectacular, 20,000 square feet of wellness space will be located here. So that is one aspect of what a Vegas style hotel brings. The second aspect is definitely performance activities. So we have an 11th floor day club located at the property as well, which is very much like something you would see in Vegas at Marquis or Caesar's Palace, where you have a platform, digital wall. You have cabanas, individual cabanas, all furnished with televisions, food and beverage service, and individual plunge pools around the center pool, where there will be live performances every weekend at that day club. So if you've been to 11, you know there are Grammy Award-winning performers and DJs that perform at 11 every weekend. The same will happen at the day club. Then you have a sports book lounge, 9,000 square foot sports book lounge that is phenomenal. And I highly recommend that maybe that you share in the link the actual links to our materials so people can see the video and get a better understanding of what I'm talking about visually. Our sportsbook lounge is just like something you would find in Vegas. You have a 90 square foot screen for any kind of pay-per-view, or it's not pay-per-view anymore, but fights or anything to
any live streaming like what we're doing right now. It is being live streaming.
Soccer games, anything that's going on. And there will be 100 stadium seats in that space with individual screens as well, and tickers that will be rotating in the space with the scores for games all around the world. Trying to
visualize that, but I think our cover of this, I put the pool area.
The pool, yes.
Right.
You have the day club.
And I have the day club, and I put, like, if you see it, what's the cover of this, you'll see what she's talking about. So it's like a huge screen.
So basically, look, we don't have the most amazing sports bars in Miami. That's something that has been historically reserved. I'm talking about luxury sports bars for Chicago, places like Chicago, New York.
Right.
The game is changing literally in South Florida. We are catering to a whole different breed of buyers and visitors here, which are expecting a higher level of service and entertainment. And that's what 11's brand is bringing. We have 2 other nightclubs at the property. One is a rooftop club above a restaurant called Isabel that is coming out of London. That is a private club, much like Casa Tua or Soho Beach Club, where you purchase a membership to be able to go into that nightclub. That's an annual membership. Then we have a lounge on the first floor that is very low key, very cool, sexy, speakeasy vibe. We have about 3 or 4 different restaurants going into the property that will be managed by a major food group that is located between New York, California, Las Vegas, Tel Aviv, and Miami. They will be handling our food and beverage concepts, which have yet to be released, but they will be in stages. What the restaurants will be, they will be 4 to 5 star restaurants. Isabel is a 5-star restaurant. So Tower 2, moving from that, because
So
the
let us
first
give them a little preset. So what they did Tower 1 and it sold out. It's been
in 4 months.
In 4 months. That's unheard of in real estate, especially in a luxury building. So we decided to do this live stream because if you're watching this, you're interested in investing or you're looking for a place to be here in South Florida, and this is a time right now to buy. Obviously, you can contact me below, and I can get you the information, give you a live tour, and Liza and I will be able to make that happen for you. But this is the time now with Tower 2 to get in before prices go up.
Absolutely. We just released pricing on Friday. And
Friday, let's get the
this
date.
Friday, this
was,
past Friday,
I think it was October 30th, right?
Yes, and it's a soft launch, October 29th, actually.
Oh, Friday. Friday. So October 29th was Friday, and today's already November 3rd.
Yes, and we to date have sent out 133 contracts. So to give you a perspective of the velocity of sales on Tower 2, where they're already, it's really important that you get in sooner than later. We have the ability to go through the entire project with you in person. We will eventually have a sales center with an amazing virtual tour. It's an Oculus tour. It's fantastic. However, I think we may be sold out by the time that's ready. So I
think
urge
it's
you.
December.
Yes, December.
She goes, I was trying to do like an event with condos.com. And she's like, oh no, that's not even
It's
gonna
too
happen.
late.
You need to do something now. So I decided to do this live stream that you're watching right now so that you can take action and we can get your unit. And with us, obviously, we work with giving cash rebate and crypto back. So that's interesting. So you definitely want to click below and connect with me so we can connect with Lisa. Everything is virtual.
I do want to bring something up that you spoke to just now, crypto. We are the first project in all of the world, pre-construction developer, to accept cryptocurrency for deposits. We are partnered with FTX, which is huge news. FTX has rebranded what was previously American Airlines Arena. So now it is the FTX Arena in the Park West District. This is something that I believe is the way of the future. Currently, cryptocurrency.
100%.
I think whether you believe in it or not, it's happening.
Don't have resistance because it's happening.
Yes, and I think if you can diversify your assets, if you are in the crypto market and own tangible assets, especially in South Florida, I think it's something to have a conversation about. We're here, available, ready to discuss that matter. We are having a crypto conference today. This is the first of several series,
which you're
with
going to
FTX.
watch when we're done. We're going to live stream that as well. So you're going to want to stay tuned and watch the next episode because we will stream the live conference.
Yes, and little tidbit about what's coming in Tower 2. We are going to have a helipad, which will be operational.
I didn't know that
for residents and guests.
Oh, wow.
We plan to partner with a charter service, so it will not be a useless helipad that sits there with nothing.
So we have a great question here from one of the viewers. As they are saying, first question says, when are they breaking ground for Tower 1 and Tower 2? And I'm going to do the drum roll.
So our groundbreaking for Tower 1 is November 11th, 11/11.
11/11. I'm an 11/11 baby, so you know.
Amazing.
Yes,
That's
I have that
fantastic.
even in my Instagram. I have 11/11. I see that number consistently.
It's quite a number. If you believe in synchronicity, 11/11 is a very important number. So that is our groundbreaking for Tower 1. There is approximately a 6-month differential between Tower 1 and Tower 2 in groundbreaking.
Right.
All groundbreaking dates are typically assigned to the velocity of sales. You have to be sold a certain percent in order to begin groundbreaking. We probably will be sold prior to that, but to give people a better perspective, 6 months differential between groundbreaking.
That's a good time frame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I will tell you this, the towers will be twin in design. So again, you will see an 11 in the sky. We stick with the 11 all the way through. The day club is on the 11th floor. Everything's about the brand 11.
You know, I never thought of that process until she just said it's going to be the 11 standing up as two towers together. That's amazing,
Isn't it?
Yeah.
We're excited about that.
I'm excited about that too, and I'm excited that I'm here in South Florida and that we're here bringing you this live, and that some of you are asking questions. And definitely, this is the place where, how do we go about, for instance, let's give them a little bit of detail. How will they work with us? So we are virtual. A lot of people are not here, and you're from another, maybe you're in another country or you're in another city and you're not local. So if you are not local, we could definitely, there's a link below that you just click. You go ahead and you register. I'll contact you personally, and then we'll set up something where we can speak with Liza. We'll connect. We'll do a tour. She'll be here. I'll be here.
We love Zoom.
Yeah, Zoom is our best friend.
Absolutely. We do Zoom conferences all the time. As a matter of fact, 90% of our sales for Tower 1 were done virtually. So it's not something where you need to actually be present. We would love for you to be present.
And that's what
we have a beautiful space on the rooftop of 11. We're happy to receive anyone here, but you can do everything virtually.
Yeah, and one of the things that I'm catering to with condos.com is that we actually sell virtually. We actually sell condos online. We have a very different format. We are the Carvana of condos, luxury condos. I know that sounds a little bit out of the box, but 11 is out of the box, and so is condos.com, bringing innovation to the industry of real estate. Thinking outside the box is really what's setting people apart in the industry right now. Just like 11 is doing the crypto deposits and is having an entertainment tower. It doesn't exist here, like Vegas. It doesn't really exist here, but it does have the 24-hour element. So they're bringing all these components together. We have so much building around. Basically, in the next 5 years, there's no land.
No.
So what does that mean to you if you buy now? That means that whatever you buy now is really, really going to acquire a huge amount of equity. So if you're going to diversify your investments, or you're going to move down, you relocate to Florida, these are good property for you to put your money on.
1,000%. And I tell people all the time, when you come here, if you see what the dream was as soon as you walk into the area, you've missed the opportunity, because that is the point where you were not at the investment stage. You still have an opportunity here in the Park West District with specifically 11's brand and Waldorf Astoria's brand. I highly recommend that you reach out to BB for these opportunities, because they will be gone very soon. Our market in South Florida is on fire.
It's on fire. And then people, let's talk about the elephant in the room. A lot of people.
Which one?
Let's talk about, let's talk about first one. Let me move this. Give me 1 second, because we're going to move some lighting here.
Oh, yeah. We can close.
It's okay. Just a little bit, just for the shading things. The light is giving me like a little eye thing. But anyways, what we're talking about was the first thing. A lot of people ask, well, the market's inflated. Is the market going to go down? What's your opinion on that?
So my opinion is that we as locals have always taken South Florida for granted in terms of what the actual value was of the land here. I think we've always looked at it as a small town community vibe. This is not a small town. I'm sorry, I hate to burst everyone's bubble, but this is a major city. And this is a major city in competition with New York and LA and San Francisco. Some of the largest headquarters for tech firms have moved here and brought their hubs here, basically their offices. They've relocated their companies completely. We need to stop looking at this as a small town. And if you look at what the height of the market was at its height in San Francisco, in LA, and in New York City, Florida is still really at 70% of that.
Absolutely.
So I think it's really important that you understand the numbers you're working with and understand the city you're working with. This is not the Florida of 20, 30 years ago. We are the youngest city out of everyone. And we have moved at the fastest speed in growth.
I agree with that. And I'm also going to input a little bit. We need a little bit of lighting, but it's okay. But it's okay. But anyways, it was a little bit of lighting. So if you see us a little bit dark, this is very organic, a live stream. So
We're learning.
Yeah, we're learning. But basically, what we want to talk about is my background is in financing, and as an underwriter perspective, right? When people tell me, "Do you think the market is going to crash?" I don't think the market's going to crash because right now people are substantially putting a substantial amount of money as a down payment.
They're vested.
Yes, they're vested. Back in the day when that happened, is people were, if you breathe, you can buy. It was like 100% financing loans. You had the 80/20 loans, so it was not equity.
That's right. You and I come from the old school of the
come from
mortgage
the old
world.
school, yes.
Very different game back then.
Back then,
You could buy with 10% and 90% at closing, and that's where you had straw buyers.
Yeah.
That market does no longer exist. And when people ask the reason for the deposit structures in pre-construction today, that's what I explain to them. I understand that it might not be something that Americans typically are used to. It is a South American model. But when a buyer has 50% of their deposits in prior to delivery of the project, they're not walking away from their investment.
Yeah.
Everybody has to have skin in the game in pre-construction, and that is what is protecting the wave of pre-construction over the last, I would say, 9 years when that changed.
Definitely. And not only that, the laws also changed for financing. There's so many dynamics that have changed in just the market. People have relocated here because they've seen the value of living here and the growth. Just even the state rules, with COVID, people are, the laws as far as tax wise, people are saving money. A lot of corporations are coming here. Tech companies have been coming over here.
Always been.
Yeah, always been. So those are the values that people are seeing in the state of Florida. So not just in Miami, but in the whole state of Florida. So I think my opinion is with Liza, no, our market is not having a bubble. We're just having a growth spurt.
Let us also not forget, and I think it's important we never forget what the pandemic was like. At the time where people were locked in their homes, they really understood what quality of life meant in terms of the location of their space where they lived. Whether it was a happy place to be or an unhappy place to be. I'm going to say to you that living in South Florida, I'm so grateful that I lived here during that time period. The sun, the palm trees, the water, it's just a beautiful place to be. So if you were unable to go anywhere at the time, people were out in the streets at least and on bike paths in nature walking through, it wasn't a very heavy feeling here.
Because we had the beach and we had those resources. Another thing that's happening here, if you're not local, is that we're having transportation is taking a huge shift in South Florida. We have what's called the Bright Line, but it's going to be coming from here to all the way to Orlando. We also have the Hyperloop. These are just things that are happening. And if you want more information in our live presentation on Zoom, we do go over all the details. So I'm going to pretty much wrap it up with Liza. And what would you want to leave them as a seed for them to meditate on and maybe make that action and call us? What do you think?
I'm going to tell you that it's nothing for you to make the phone call and find out. There is no commitment in that respect. I think that really understanding what's happening in South Florida, specifically the Park West District, is going to take longer than what this small piece was able to show. I think having a real presentation of 11 and Waldorf and understanding what the Park West District really is bringing to Miami in terms of changing Miami's profile, downtown Miami, is something that anyone should have, just to understand what Miami's about.
Right.
That's it.
And just so you know a little bit of price points, you might be saying, well, what are the price points? Where do they start? Very affordable to start right now because they're still available. But they start at
$300,000 and they go up to 10 million. So you have a very strong variety of residences to choose from at 11 residences. You have studios, you have 1 bedrooms, you have 2 bedrooms, and then you have what's referred to as presidential suites, and those are the upper levels. Here at this property, we deliver a completely turnkey package, right down to your barware, your glasses, your dishes, your forks, your sheets, your towels, everything.
So someone had a question for me yesterday that I was talking to them about the property, because it comes turnkey, right?
And smart technology included as well.
Okay.
So
Basically, turnkey means it comes with the furniture. It has a look. They want the look to be that
sexy and urban.
sexy throughout all the units, right? To maintain value too, because you would think, well, why are they doing that? They're doing that to maintain the value of the building. That's a very interesting
Yes.
aspect of the building that they're turning it in with furniture and everything like that. Plus, you can rent it on a 30-day cycle.
Yes, there's
Rental
a
30-day cycle.
Yes, 30-day minimum rental period.
30
And one of
days.
the things to note about receiving a turnkey property, for an end user who would purchase a designer-ready property where you would have to include your own flooring, furnishings, etc., the cost to you is going to be much higher than a developer when they're purchasing in bulk. Okay.
Versus purchasing in bulk, because for them it's a lot less expensive for you.
Correct. And the other aspect that you should understand is that this is not about cheap finishings and furnishings at the property. The operators of the management, the properties, the hotel, etc., will remain PMG and 11 partners. They have a brand standard that they associate their names with, and it's not cheap finishes. So the look and feel of the properties, they want to be evocative of who they are as brands. I think, when you see the video, when you see the renderings, you'll understand the level of finishes that will be included. When we say finished furnished, we mean everything: lighting, wall treatments, window treatments, furnishings, etc. So there's nothing you have to do.
And the question was, someone asked me, well, this was an interesting question to say, because they're going to actually make a reservation.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah, but they were asking me, oh, is that after going to charge me on top of that? I go, no, that's included in the price.
That is included.
So if you're thinking, oh, they're going to charge me for that, no, it's already included in the price. So it's definitely an opportunity for you to own one of these units before prices go up. And the value that's increasing per square footage in the area of Park West, if you don't buy now, you're going to be bidded out, because you probably, if you can afford something now, you won't be able to afford it in the next year or 2 or 3 or 4.
Yes, I can tell you right now that there were people that came to us initially who did not strike on units at Tower 1. And we were sold out before they could blink, basically. And when they came back, they said, oh, don't you have any inventory left? And we were unfortunately unable to provide anything for them at the time. And they felt like they missed out. So I would highly recommend take a presentation on BB. Let's talk. There's no commitment there, but at least you get in the door now, understand what it is, and be able to make a decision if you want to move forward with a purchase now. Because if you do come back to us in a month from now, I can tell you the inventory will have gone down significantly. Pricing will have been increased already. As I mentioned, we've sent out contracts for 133 units already, and that's within days, less than a week. I highly anticipate that our sellout for the second tower might be faster than the first tower.
One. Right, because the first one, because everybody that couldn't get in on the first tower has gotten in on the second tower is waiting.
That's where the 133 contracts came from, by the way.
You see?
Yes.
I gave you an inside view about that. So I want to thank Liza for being so beautiful and amazing and intelligent, because she's not only beautiful outside but beautiful inside, and very knowledgeable of the product, and stands by her brand. I stand by my brand, which is condos.com, and we're here to help you out, and I hope you take action. So make sure you click below and you make that engagement with us.
Bye. Have a great day.
We'll see you in part 2 for the FTX streaming live.
Come back for the FTX streaming. Very important.
There you go. All right, now it's
that was fun.
Yeah.